Ash's last stand. Ash Ketchum had never felt tension like this before. Standing at the edge of a rocky cliff, looking down into a valley crackling with energy, he knew this battle was unlike any he'd fought. He tightened his grip on Pikachu, who sparked in anticipation on his shoulder. Across from him stood Red, the legendary trainer whose fame rivaled Ash's own, his Charizard roaring a challenge into the electrified air. Rumors had spread across regions of a rare, ancient power hidden in the Valley of Whispers. The world's strongest trainers had gathered, and now it was Ash and Red, two legends face to face, competing for the ultimate honor. Wordlessly, Red stepped forward, sending Charizard flying up into the sky, wings ablaze against the dimming light. Ash's heart raced as he tossed out his Pokeball. "Pikachu, let's give it everything we've got," he shouted. But just as Pikachu leapt onto the battlefield, a low, rumbling roar echoed from the valley. The earth shook as a shadow larger than anything they'd seen began to take shape. Out of the misty depths, a titanic figure slowly emerged. It was Mewtwo, his eyes glowing with an intensity that made both Pikachu and Charizard hesitate. Mewtwo's psychic energy surged around him, lifting boulders into the air, creating a barrier that none could break. "Not here to fight," Mewtwo's voice echoed telepathically into their minds, "but to judge. Only one of you can claim the power within these lands." Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted, and more figures appeared. From another cliff edge, a Garchomp stood tall beside Cynthia, the Sinnoh champion, her icy gaze locked on Ash. Moments later, Leon arrived with his Charizard, and Steven with his Metagross. All the strongest trainers had come for the same purpose. Ash looked at Red, then at Cynthia, Leon, and Steven. Each of their expressions held determination, respect, but also an undeniable sense of rivalry. This wasn't just a battle for power, it was a test of who would truly be remembered as the greatest. The trainers' Pokémon clashed, powers surging across the valley in beams of lightning, fire, and ice. Pikachu squared off against Garchomp, Charizard against Metagross, and for every move, the trainers shouted commands, pushing their partners to their limits. Sweat poured down Ash's face as he ordered Pikachu's Volt Tackle against Cynthia's Garchomp, both Pokémon giving everything they had. But each clash only seemed to strengthen the air of mystery and danger in the valley. At the heart of the battle, Mewtwo watched silently, his gaze unreadable. Then, without warning, he raised a hand. The skies darkened, and the rumbling returned. In a flash of light, Lugia and Ho-Oh soared down from the clouds, circling above, followed by Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno, each adding their own energy to the storm above. The air was thick with legends, power, and an undeniable sense of destiny. Ash felt an overwhelming weight. This wasn't just any rivalry. This was a battle to prove who would define the future of Pokémon training. Just as Pikachu delivered a final electrifying blow that sent Garchomp reeling, Mewtwo's eyes glowed, and he turned to Ash, his telepathic voice booming in his mind. "The choice is made." Ash's heart stopped. Who had Mewtwo chosen? But before he could hear the answer, a blinding light exploded across the valley. The ground gave way beneath Ash's feet, sending him and Pikachu plummeting into darkness. As he fell, the last thing he saw was Red, staring down at him, his expression a mix of triumph and regret.